okay, numbskull. Okay. I'm gonna try to get you out of the box here. Okay, just relax. Oh, it's so dark in here. I can't see a thing. Oh, don't worry. It won't be that bad. Daisy, Daisy. Oh, crackies! It's Mr. Pennypacker, and he's on the view screen. Uh, Joe, come over here. I can't believe I hit a little guy and he got no body. Oh, Joe, that's a very great observation. He doesn't got a body. It's a good one. Mr. Pennypacker, what's going on? Okay, so a couple episodes I said I realize right now that it might be a war crime to keep showing decapitated head in a box for like months on end. So okay, I'm slowly trying to get him out of the box and to customize the things again. Wow, that's quite a reaction he's having. Oh, there's so many days. So many days I can't see. There's so many days I can't see. And in a little bit of a box. In a bit of a box. Just a little bit of a box. Uh, uh, this is a bit of a psychosis. Okay. Uh, crackies. Mr. Pennypacker, do you need any help or something? I, I think if I let him air for, or let him air out for a while, maybe that'll cut down on the level of psychosis. I remember in The Great Escape they did this to Paul Newman, or was it, yeah, Paul Newman, and not Paul Newman, that other dude. Where they put him inside like a solitary confinement and he kind of went insane, and yeah, so I think the idea is if I just let him air out for a while, his psychosis will cut down. Okay, so, um, I tell you what, maybe we could have Joe keep him company. I love to keep company and tell him stories about how I used to race tractors. Oh, well, that I'm sure will help to cut down the psychosis by how weird that is. Maybe if you can distract him with confusion, like confuse a cat, like on that Monty Python, how they had to confuse a cat. Because like if you confuse him enough, maybe he'll forget he was in a box for weeks. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead with the show. You can now see what the content's gonna be for a while. Okay, guys. Okay. Oh, crackies, Joe. It's time for W2K22, and this is the Undertaker versus The Rock for the WWE title at SummerSlam and Extreme Rules. Oh, that is crazy. Yeah, and that's probably all you're gonna say the rest of the show, because I do the commentary. So we're gonna have the title on the line. And the Undertaker at this time, was doing sort of like a heel gimmick, and sort of like the Ministry of Darkness shenanigans and stuff, and it's all at the SummerSlam, and we're in summertime here, it's not winter, and so got and I like is the Undertaker, he's got for these, this is an actual official Undertaker. This is one they made, and he's got his own entrance, he's got his own costume, and he's more era accurate, he's got era accurate music, like, because you'll notice sometimes, the different ones we have, so it's nice that it's not all the same thing, and oh, Undertaker coming out, and and he looks like a freaking warrior or something, and there's a time when there was lots of matches between him, The Rock, Austin, and Triple H, and it was a really Mankind, Cactus Jack. It was just constant, 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 and oh, we that's quite an entrance right there, and that's a unique one. It's not like they just took the I actually like the sort of default Undertaker they got. Where he has the all the classic trademarks and the hat and the trench coat and all that. But this is also where he was changing. And changing different looks and stuff like that. And of course, The Rock is coming out and comes out with the belt. Now, like I said, I'm not using a creator wrestler for this one. I sometimes I do. I do like go in there and I'll get some different creator wrestlers, but there's times when I think the official version's better because then you get the commentary, that matches up, and that says, well, this is The Rock, his achievements and things. Where if it's a career wrestler, then Cole and the other guys, I'm not too familiar with them. The commentary crew, they're not, they just see his creator wrestler coming down the ring. They don't know that, oh yeah, by the way, this is supposed to be Hulk Hogan, or this is The Rock, or Shawn Michaels, or whatever. It just doesn't really see that. I mean, oh, that's kind of the way it is. In cases, sometimes you have no choice. I mean, if you want to have a Kevin Sullivan or Benoit or somebody, and it's like, well, I'm sorry, unless you want to wait until next year, see if they get some legend deals or something, And fortunately, with Benoit, if you knew what happened with that, that even to this day, it's not as controversial as it was when it happened. When it happened, I mean, you didn't even mention that name. I actually owned the best of Chris Benoit double disc, and it was kind of like I kind of put it away in the back of a cubby, the back of a closet. I was kind of like I couldn't even really look at it. You know what I mean? Because what happened to Benoit and well, his wife and child, that was a disgusting, disgusting thing. And there are some people who are like they kind of try to use conspiracy theory to try to they're trying to find ways to get Benoit kind of off of what he did. And they're saying, like he has brain damage from all the stuff all the steroids and, you know, doing headbutts and all the chair shots, all that stuff. But it's, I understand, yes, but at the same time, it's like it's on a commercial aspect. You have to understand WWE's still in the right about that. I mean, they're not gonna delete if you make Chris Benoit in this game and put on the community creations. They probably don't care because they decided probably. I think at first they were wiping off his footage from pay-per-views and stuff, but now they kind of just let it go. They don't talk about it. You know what I mean? So like if you went on Peacock and found a SummerSlam with like Benoit and Chris Jericho, which had like really like 4-star matches, they were really great stuff, and the reality is like, as time goes on, the WWE's learned, at first you're kind of vocal about something, and then after a while, if you just be quiet, the media will ignore the situation, and then you can kind of go back to having his footage. Well, that was almost an early 3 count, that leg drop off the top rope. I don't know if I've ever seen Undertaker do a move like that. He has as many injuries as he's had. I don't think that would be he'd go to that level. I mean, sometimes, but he's not more for top rope, but it's mostly the stuff he does with psychology and stuff. And I think that Hell in the Cells he had with Shawn and Triple H is his best matches, actually. I mean, like, if someone asked what would be the best of Undertaker, that would be those two matches. Because, well, actually, three, because the way it works is it's first started with him and Shawn, and then it led to the retirement match, and then, of course, Triple H reacted with the Hell in a Cell, and then, I mean, it, like, just got better and better and better and better, and it was just, that was some good stuff for a couple years. And now Rock grabbing baseball bat and smack and smack. And that can happen, it's more like the Attitude Era, so it's, what I mean? So it's sort of like, Undertaker was like, oh, nope. Rock's like, yeah, I'm not having that. So now, he's got that baseball bat. No, no, he didn't react in time. There's a weird thing the game does sometimes where it won't allow. There's like a no punch rule or something like that. Like the guy will just like lift up his fist, like he's. If you try to grab, I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't really tell you why it does things sometimes. It just kind of does it, and I don't really quite understand that. And now we're getting into some classic sort of, attitude era, sort of brawling, sort of ECW kind of extreme hardcore type stuff. I still don't know what to do when we have AEW. I know you're going to go, but it came out 3 months ago. It's because we film in advance. We film in advance, and so it's like Mr. Pennypacker said. So do understand. Sometimes it just review. When we mention we haven't done something, it's because it isn't out yet at the time of this filming. So AEW has a barbed wire explosion match, which is something you would have seen in like a Fire Pro game or something. Now it's like on freaking like 3D, 4K, and it's like, okay, is Twitch gonna allow that? I mean, if we try to stream that, I may have, but wait, will even YouTube allow it? The YouTube might actually say it's against community guidelines to have such violence. So I think Mr. Pennypacker's kind of instructed us just to avoid that, because we gotta kind of watch ourselves, cause especially the times we live in. These are not the edge lord days, guys. We can't say certain words anymore. You can't. There's times you can't even just swear anymore. Like the old days, it used to be a no big deal to swear. And now commercially, we're not. We don't. It's kind of funny. Mr. Pennypacker said, he almost said we're a private channel because we don't have anyone who really watches. But the truth is, there are times, peak times, where there are people coming in and watching this stuff. So he's kind of waking us up. Me and Curly here. A lot of people starting to come in. Wow, there is people starting to come in. We gotta do it. We gotta. But we also gotta understand. There's different audiences and stuff. We're not a-logs. We're just crazy people have crazy memories about stuff, and so with wrestling, I mean, I think we get, this game. You would ask, well, does this game get fairly violent? And I mean, just a little blood on the face is all that you get. You don't get like AEW. I've seen footage of like, there's just blood all over the ring. I mean, it gets pretty hardcore. I was really impressed. And then you can have up to 40 weapons all over the place. It turns into a garbage match. It's it's kind of like I like that the idea that a match could go to that if you want to. But of course, I've gotten used to now. Of just having clean matches and ooh, is this it? Is this? I think this is it. 1, 2, 3. No, he kicked out of the tombstone pile driver. Oh my. One thing that's only disappointing though is like so in AEW you would think, well, that means we're going to get commentary by Shivani and maybe even Jim Ross or something, and it's like, nope. They decided that that's too repetitive. Probably they didn't want to use up the memory. Well, actually, where you can blame is you blame it on Kenny Omega, because he wanted all these mini games for some reason. He had in his head that everybody gets mini games based on their gimmick or something. It's really stupid, and so so yeah, so basically he says he wants all these like mini games and stuff, and that's probably why you're not going to get any commentary because of that, because of that taking up the memory and stuff, and that's why you don't have a steel cage either because of that, and of course Kenny Omega's a bit of a weirdo, and The Rock wins, he retains the title. That's a pretty nasty way to he basically power slammed him right on that chair. That'll do it. And he retains. And that's it for this show. And we'll see what's going on next week. And see what Curly Joe's up to. Oh, that'll goodbye, folks. Oh, he's happy and he says goodbye, folks. We gotta wait for The Rock to get done here. He's celebrating. He has these long victory poses and stuff, and well, they even have him fling the belt around, so that's cool. Okay, folks, see ya next time.